Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday, April 16th. I'm your host, Jamie Sherrod, and you're watching LiveNow Detroit at 4.
Live from the Fox 2 newsroom, this is Fox 2 Detroit.
The former Speaker of the Michigan House is facing criminal charges. Attorney General Dana Nessel announcing embezzlement and conspiracy charges today against Lee Chatfield and his wife, Stephanie. In a press conference, Nessel outlined what she said were various different schemes to embezzle, steal, and convert both private and public monies to fund a lavish lifestyle. Chatfield is no longer a state lawmaker, but he was House Speaker in 2019 and 2020. His attorney says they are prepared to fight the charges every step of the way. The NCAA handing down penalties to the University of Michigan's football program. Michigan and 5 former staffers have reached an agreement with the NCAA over recruiting violations. The school in trouble for recruiting during the COVID-19 dead period when in-person meetings were banned. Now, because of that, the football program will be on probation for the next 3 years. They will also face fines and recruiting restrictions. The Ann Arbor School District laying out its plans to address the district's $25 million deficit. Community members have another chance tonight to voice concerns about teacher layoffs. Fox 2's Robin Murdoch has the latest.
Hello, and thank you, Ann Arbor Schools community, and welcome. I know we have parents, families, students, and staff joining us this evening.
This virtual meeting, the first of several community sessions in Ann Arbor to talk money or lack thereof. A $25 million budget deficit bringing everyone together, but also dividing the district.
In times of financial distress, it's easy to depersonalize and turn every staff member and student into a number. But look around at all of us here and remember that for each teacher you cut, it's our children who bleed.
More than 140 people spoke out at last week's hours-long board meeting in which school leaders approved layoffs to help get the district out of the red. This forum, though, more of a town hall format, an opportunity to ask rather than share.
And the first question is, how did we get here?
The number of people working, the employees working for the school district has increased by approximately 480 staff in the last 10 years.
School leaders blamed the multi-million-dollar shortfall on a spike in hiring and a drop in student enrollment. That, combined with inflation, has everything costing more. The district also considering selling vacant properties to balance its bottom line.
Everything is on the table for us to review and assess to see if there are some recommendations that just make more sense than others.
2 more in-person community input meetings, including one at Huron High School, are set for this week. There are also a couple of sessions specifically for school staff. Feedback from everyone paramount.
I know these next few months will be difficult, but it is important that these events and conversations do not overshadow the excellent programming we provide every day at Ann Arbor Public Schools.
The community meeting inside Huron High School here in Ann Arbor will take place at 6:30 tonight, and it will be in person instead of virtual like last night's session. There is another one scheduled for Thursday night. That one will also take place at 6:30, but it will happen at Skyline High School. And both of these community sessions, they are expected to be well attended. Reporting from Ann Arbor, I'm Robin Murdoch for Fox 2 News.
A lot of questions circulating after a boy allegedly brings a gun to school. This was at Bow Elementary Middle School on Detroit's west side. Police say the gun was in the 13-year-old's backpack, and it's possible he took it from home. Now they're questioning his parents. The teen has been sent to a youth home until the investigation is complete.
Go! I put you on priority. Where's he at? Right there.
Warren police released video of a deadly encounter between its officers and a man accused of attacking his family. It happened last Friday outside a home in Warren on Garber Drive. After family members called for help, they believe 18-year-old Hussein Al-Raji was hallucinating when officers showed up. The body camera video shows him coming out of the garage armed with a handgun.
It was clear the subject took an offensive stance with the gun raised and pointed towards the officers, at which time our officers fired 11 rounds, 3 of which struck the suspect.
Every aspect of this incident will be reviewed as part of a comprehensive investigation.
Officers revived Al-Raji with CPR at the scene several times, but he later died at the hospital. Now 4 officers have been placed on leave. Well, many mourning the loss of a well-known forensic pathologist who once worked on some of the nation's most high-profile cases. German-born Dr. Werner Spitz was a pioneer in the field. Some of his work included the O.J. Simpson investigation, the assassination of John F. Kennedy, and the murder of John Benet Ramsey. Spitz lived in St. Clair Shores, working as the chief medical examiner in Wayne and Macomb counties. He testified in countless trials, and Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle says he was still working before he died, consulting on cases as recently as a few weeks ago.
This guy was an icon, before his time. I started in 1981 and got to know Dr. Spitz, doing these autopsies and performing them. He had a cult of personality, not just with those of us in law enforcement, but I think even the general public knew who he was because his genuine nature about caring about, these crime scenes and these individuals that he was looking at to find out exactly what happened to them.
I cannot say that I would call this a miracle, but I would call this unusual.
We're told Dr. Spitz died of natural causes at home at age 97.
Father misplaced his keys for the car.
Well, some new changes coming to downtown Detroit. That's including a major move for the biggest of the big 3. We're talking about General Motors finding a new home in the Motor City. It is officially planning to move its headquarters out of the iconic Renaissance Center and into the new Hudson's Detroit building. The company is expected to make the move from the tallest building in Michigan to the second tallest in the state next year. Mayor Mike Duggan says mortgage mogul Dan Gilbert has had this vision for a long time.
About 6 years ago, and we go through different projects, and he says, I got something I want to show you. He takes out a folder, and he says, I'm going to go pitch Mary Barra on the fact they should move the GM headquarters from the Renaissance Center to the Hudson's building when we build it. And I said, Dan, they haven't been in the Renaissance Center that long. Are they even looking for a new headquarters? He says, no, they don't realize they need one yet. He says, but I'm going to pitch them.
Well, plans for the Renaissance Center's future are still being discussed. GM CEO Mary Barra says it could become a commercial, residential, or even mixed-use building. But a bit of disappointment about the state of another beloved landmark in downtown Detroit. The popular whale mural is covered up again, this time by an ad for Cure Auto Insurance. This is not the first time it's happened. The artist and native Detroiter behind the mural says it's been an ongoing battle with companies to keep the mural visible.
What's funny is they say, oh, we're not destroying it. Yes, you are. You're destroying the integrity of the mural and what it represents, which is the lakes are connected to the ocean.
Fox 2 has reached out to Cure Auto Insurance to get their perspective. We are still waiting to hear back. This week is National Work Zone Safety Week, and one local county is reminding drivers to be alert and cautious in construction zones. Today, the Macomb County Department of Roads announced more than 50 projects for the upcoming 2024 construction season. One project expected to be finished by the end of the year is the Innovate Mound project, where 9 miles of road is being widened to the north end. The main priority is to fix the roads, but it's also to keep everyone safe.
It's more than just practicing good, safe driving habits. It's about lives. That's what we're talking about here. Here in Macomb County, one of our construction workers that actually works on a road crew for Department of Roads obviously lost his life as a result of somebody not paying attention while they were driving down one of the roadways here in Macomb County. So our concern is making sure people do the basics and understand the concerns that we have when it comes to driving.
For a list of all the construction projects in Macomb County, you can go to macombgov.org. The fentanyl crisis impacting many lives in Metro Detroit and beyond. The incredibly deadly drug devastating families. Others may not know the severity of the problem. There are so many questions, and Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard wants to answer them. He's hosting a town hall meeting on the fentanyl crisis tonight in Pontiac. It'll run from 7 to 9:30 at the County Board of Commissioners Auditorium. Sheriff Bouchard says his deputies respond to overdoses every day. This is the time for education, prevention, and treatment. According to the DEA, 1 kilo of fentanyl has the potential to kill 500,000 people. A local standout, Rakia Jackson, is now in the WNBA. The former Detroit Edison Public School Academy student was drafted 4th overall to the LA Sparks. In college, Jackson played for Mississippi State and Tennessee, averaging 20 points a game in her final season. Jackson attended the draft in New York, but a WNBA watch party was held last night at Detroit Edison. Our coach talked about how Jackson always puts the work in to get to this moment.
And she just put in relentless work. And she was able to come in every day, and there was a plan on how we were going to get better. We're working on our jump shot. We're working on our mid-range. We're working on our footwork. And she soaked it all in.
And we are so very proud of her. Well, Iowa's Caitlin Clark was